What's up, guys? It's Chelsea Coleman here of Dauntless Performance Horses, and today we've got a fun little episode for you. We're going to introduce and give you a little sneak peek of the horses that we brought down to Florida. Now, we brought 11 horses down here with us this year. We are at the beautiful Sindel Ranch, and I have a mixture of training horses, a rehab horse, and some of my horses. So we're going to kick this off with a very special first horse. And that is
Our champion now, Chelsea Coleman, Dauntless Performance.
First, we have our beloved Dauntless Authority, aka Gator. Now, he is a 10-year-old off-the-track thoroughbred. He had a racing name of long ago. We have named him Gator because they called him long ago. That was his registered name and barn name, which I thought was silly. But I found out that he was born and raised in Florida. So what other name could we give him other than Gator? It was so fitting. So he is, like I said, 10-year-old off-track thoroughbred. I got him when he was 5. He broke both his hind legs on the racetrack. He broke both tibias. So that's kind of interesting. You don't see that very often. He went on to win $105,000. So he's technically a war horse, which is pretty cool. He is currently going training level and is ready to move up to modified preliminary. And we're super excited about him. He is a really, really cool horse. He got a late start in his eventing career because he raced for so long, but he is a super fun horse. He's the barn favorite. All of the new guys that come in to ride, they all want to ride Gator. So we love him very much, and so does everybody else. And how could you not love this sweet little face that wants to be camera shy today? So that's our Gator boy. Next, we have the infamous, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Dauntless Courage. He is 16 this year. May 13th is his birthday. He is formerly known as Dante. He has about 37 million different nicknames because he has a million different personalities. He is, as I said, going to be 16 this year. He is my advanced horse, my 4-star horse. He was 3/4 of the way qualified for the Kentucky 3-day event at the 5-star level until he got EPN. But we'll get more into that later on. Right now, he has had a little bit of time off. He broke his right hind foot a couple years ago in 2021 at the American Eventing Championship. So he had a little bit of time off from that, but he is run modified this year. I loaned him to a girl, and then he is going to move back up to the advanced level hopefully soon. He is half Percheron, half Canadian thoroughbred. So what's interesting about him is he's double Canadian. So what I mean by that is both his mom and his dad were born and raised in Canada. Now, the significance of that is where his size comes from. And as you can tell, he's very camera shy. He's a very large horse. He's 18 hands, and that doesn't just come from the Percheron. That comes from the Canadian thoroughbred. Canadian thoroughbreds are known for being very big boned and very big bodied. So that's where he gets his size from. He was also a PMU foal that is very prominent in Canada. It's died down quite a bit, but PMU stands for pregnant mare urine. And like I said, we'll get more into fine details of each and every horse in their own little episodes. But today we want to give you a snippet of who we have and what they're about. So next we have Dauntless Do-Over, formerly known as L&J brand name. He is a 7-year-old off the track thoroughbred. He never raced. I think he trained because he's registered in the jockey club, but he is the one that I got who was, as we say, blacklisted by an Olympian. We won't say who, but he is one of the greatest loves of my life. I love this horse. He is also a fan favorite. He is very, very talented, and we have very, very high aspirations for him. He is also available to purchase into as a part of the Dauntless Do-Over group. So stay tuned for that. We will give you some more details. He has gone novice, and I have aspirations to take him as far as he will go, but this year we're looking to move him up to modified. There's a little bit of a jump there, but this horse has been trained exceptionally well from the girl that had him before me, and I have added to his training for the good, and we're very, very excited about him, but we call him Tommy. He is Tommy, Tom, Tomato, Rotten Tomato, and Fresh Produce. And when he's really naughty, we call him the spare change horse because we got him for free, and we say that I have found more change in my washer than I paid for him. So that's kind of a unique twist. Sometimes free horses are good horses. Right, Tommy? Yes. Next, we have the beloved sale horse, Revolution, aka Rebel, also known as Rebby or Rebs. He is a 8-year-old saddlebred gelding, American saddlebred gelding. Oh my gosh, did I scare you? I'm so sorry. He is currently schooling training preliminary level. He's competing at the novice level. We're just trying to fine tune that dressage just a little bit, but he will be moving up to training level here this month. He is known as the most cuddly in the barn. He has never met a stranger and is very, very friendly. As you can tell, he loves to give kisses. He's very, very sweet, and he is looking for his next partner. Now, I will tell you, this horse has so much talent, more talent than I've ever seen out of any saddlebred. So keep your eye out for him, and if you're looking to buy a horse, give us a call because he is a great candidate. He's a love bug. He loves trail rides. You can ride him bridleless. You can ride him in a bit. You can ride him bareback. You can ride him in a saddle. He doesn't care. He'll go and play around with cows. You can ride him in the open field. You can take him to a horse show. He likes to eat microphones, all of the above, but he's a very, very good boy. We will miss him dearly when he finds his new home. But like I said, this is Revolution, 8-year-old American saddlebred gelding, and he is currently for sale. So let us know if you want any more information on him, and we will hook you up. All right, on to the next barn. Okay, next we have Jake, aka Adventure Time. He is a training horse. I have had Jake in my program for 8 years now. He is an 11-year-old Belgian warm blood cross. He is owned by a client of mine that is in her late 60s. And like I said, he's been in my program on and off for 8 years. So I have gotten to know him very, very well. Fun fact about Jake, he was sent to me because not long after his owner got him, he broke multiple ribs of hers. So he came to me initially as a horse with behavioral issues, and we have since, thank goodness, worked through that, and now I compete him. So he is a very Dante-like horse. He's very bulky and stocky, but he's not super tall. He's maybe 16 hands. He is currently going novice. We have aspirations to move him up to training level and then eventually prelim, depending on what his mom wants to do with him. So that is all dependent on what we see, how he feels, and what she decides she wants to do. That is our boy Jake. And then next, we have someone you guys might recognize. This is Cato. He is a coming 7-year-old Mustang out of the Stinking Water HMA, which is in Oregon. He is our little bay roan, and we have been working with him a lot lately on sharpening up his training and trying to get him good to go under saddle so he can start going on adventures. Keep watching our Class with Cato series that we have out. We release every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a really, really cool horse. He is probably the coolest Mustang I've ever met, and I think we're gonna be doing some really big things with him. So keep watching. Next, we have Bruiser, aka Savino. He is a 7-year-old thoroughbred off the track. He is owned by a client of mine that has been a client of mine for about 10 years. He's owned by the Mazzoni family. He got pneumonia multiple times and was hospitalized and almost died 2 or 3 times in a 2-year period because the pneumonia was so bad. He had got pneumonia, then he recovered, then he got gelded, then he got sick again, went septic. It was really bad. So we are lucky that he is alive. He is also a very, very cool horse. we're trying to get this horse syndicated. He is incredibly talented, a very good mover, very nice and kind, easy to ride. Amateurs can ride him. He'll go out and work off property, but he has that edge to him that I see in upper level horses. He's got the spice that he needs. He's a deadhead when he needs to be, but when you need to ignite the flame and get somewhere, he's ready to fire. So we love that about him. He is a 16 hands maybe, thoroughbred gelding, chestnut, as you can tell. He's got a beautiful face. And like I said, we are hoping to syndicate this horse. I have high hopes. He is also for sale. If we aren't able to syndicate him, he will be sold. And anybody would be lucky to own this horse. He's a very good horse. He is a cribber, but that's a very small price to pay for the talent that he has to offer. So we love our Bruiser boy, also known as Brewburger. Next, come here, Grumpy. Next we have one of our other favorite boys. This is Brego. He is a 12-year-old Andalusian Percheron Lusitano cross. He is owned by one of my best friends, Bailey Freemeyer. He came to me, he is in training. He is not for sale, never will be. He came to me with a bolting / spinning problem. We've been working through that and we've basically gotten rid of it. This horse, there's a long story behind this horse, so make sure to tune in for his episode. But long story short, we've sorted out some issues that he had since he was a very young horse and some trauma that we just needed to kind of unpack and take to the trash and leave in the trash. Lots of progress has been made, and as you can tell, he's just a giant sweetheart. So we love him. Yes. We love him, and he's very beautiful. And next we have Winslow. Winslow is coming 6-year-old, American saddlebred gelding. Fun fact about him, he is actually the nephew of Rebel. Rebel's brother, Rebel's dad, wait a minute. He's related to Rebel because Rebel's dad is his grandfather. He did not go through saddlebred training, and he is owned by Autumn. He is down here for training, and because his mom is down here with us, this horse is ridiculously talented, and we have hopes to take him to the show ring while we're down here this winter. As you can tell, he's got a big personality, and we love that. He's a big, beautiful 16 one-hand bay, beautiful dapples, very level-headed, very smart, and a very good jumper. And he's also really good on the flat. So again, stay tuned for his episode because there's a lot of twists and turns in his life too. His mom has done a great job producing him and teaching him a bunch of fun stuff. So that's our Winslow boy. Next we have Sandro, aka Sandy, also known as Sandman. He is a 19-year-old, I believe he's an Oldenburg. He is in for rehab / reintroducing him into work. He was diagnosed with a suspensory / deep digital flexor tendon injury a 1.5 to 2 years ago. So we actually, interesting fact about him, his mom was told that he would never jump again, and we got a second opinion re-diagnosis after we've rehabbed him, and through all the hard work that's been put into him rehabbing, he's actually has been cleared to jump. Now he is 19, so we're not gonna push it, but his mom got to have his first jump back in 2 years the other day, and she was so happy. And there is nothing better for me and for the horse to see happy owners and happy horses. So it was a really fun treat to be able to see his mom get to do something with him that she thought she was never going to get to do again. Don't ever give up hope. Little side note, don't ever give up hope, always be optimistic and know that everything happens for a reason. Even though things might not make sense in the present, just keep on trucking and everything works out in the end. That's our Sandro boy. And last but certainly not least, we have, this is Mojito. He is a 12-year-old thoroughbred gelding, and he is a big boy. This is the most warm blood bodied thoroughbred I have ever met in my life. He is super sweet. He's the Labrador of the barn, as you can tell. He is for sale. This horse has competed through the beginner novice level in his younger years, and then his mom bought him and has done some of the jumpers with him. And he is here, like I said, sadly to be sold. But we've schooled training and a couple preliminary things. He's gonna be a super horse for somebody. He is a little bit on the hot side, but not dangerously hot. He's the kind of hot that you want to see in a horse that's a little older than, you know, a 5-year-old horse. He's got little miles on him because he hasn't evented his whole life. He just did eventing when he was younger. So he's got all that energy stored up and he's ready to rock and roll. So if you are looking to purchase, don't count this guy out. Like I said, he's 12 and he is very warm blood bodied. He's about 16.3, maybe 17 hands. And he is a good mover, great jumper, and he has a phenomenal gallop. So be on the lookout for him, some ads on him. And like I said, if you want any information on him, just let me know, send us a message, send me a DM, and we can send you all the fun stuff on him so he can find his next home. Okay, so while we're at it, might as well introduce our dogs. This is Mira. She's a 4-year-old boxer Dalmatian cross. Very high energy, but super sweet. We love her. Kylie is almost 2. April 2nd, she'll be 2. She is an Australian cattle dog, also known as Blue Heeler. And then this is the legendary Macaroni. He is a 13-year-old Australian cattle dog. We're apparently too boring for Kylie Bell. I have had Mac since he was 1 year old. And apparently cattle dogs only live to be 10, so we're doing well. That's our crew. As we said earlier, we've got 11 horses, 3 dogs, down here in Florida right now. We are going to be running spotlight videos on all the horses, if possibly all the horses, if not most of them. So if you guys know me at all, if you're new to the channel, or if you've known me forever, you know that I am known for having horses with crazy stories. And the horses with crazy backgrounds end up finding their way to me. And I don't mean crazy as in like nutty crazy. I mean like stuff that you'd see on a Lifetime movie that you cannot even believe. Because of that, we're gonna dive deeper into each horse and we're gonna give you guys a front row seat into who they are and how they got where they are. Because like we say, it doesn't matter where you come from, it only matters where you're going. And we're gonna prove that point by showing the evolution of where they started and talking about what's happened throughout their life and where they've ended up and how well they're doing. But we're gonna need some help from you guys. What I want you guys to do and what I need you guys to do is comment below the horses, the horse you wanna see first. So we've got Dauntless Authority, also known as Gator. We've got Dauntless Courage, Dante. Dauntless Do-Over, Tommy. Revolution, Rebel. Adventure Time, Jake. War Dog, Cato. Savino, Bruiser. Brego, Winslow, Sandro, and then Mojito. So leave a comment, hashtag with the horse's name, whoa, zoomies, about what you guys want to know or who you want to see first, and we will deliver. Remember, it doesn't matter where you come from, it only matters where you're going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.